What's going on YouTube, and welcome to another GTA 5 online video. So guys, in this video I'm going to tell you guys which location is the best location for the cocaine lockup business. So this is one of the MC businesses. I'm also going to explain to you guys why I think this is the best location. So some of you might disagree or some of you might agree. You can leave it in the comments, you can leave your opinion. Maybe some people will think the same way as you, so maybe they will actually think that another location is better. But this is my opinion, and this is actually my opinion based on my experience with the business, because the cocaine lockup is actually one of the businesses that I use the most in GTA 5 online. So the first thing that you actually need before you can buy any MC business, or in this case the cocaine lockup, is the MC Clubhouse. And you can get the MC Clubhouse on the Maze Bank foreclosure site on your phone, but the MC businesses you can only get on the PC inside of your MC Clubhouse. By the way, the MC Clubhouses and all of the MC businesses are in discount this week, so if you're watching this video, keep that in mind. The prices may be different if you're actually watching this at another time. So the cocaine lockup that I actually own is the Morningwood one. You guys can see it on the map over here. It's called kind of a small map, but it's basically in the north of the city, close to the beach. You guys will probably recognize this if you know the map a little bit. But the Morningwood location, it's actually the most expensive one, is the one that I own right now. Now you have four options. The other options are, first of all, the Alamo C. This is the cheapest one. As you guys can see, 487k right now, normally 975. It's near the big lake in Sandy Shores. You guys probably recognize this. You saw it on the map as well. Then we have the Paleto Bay one. Paleto Bay, entirely in the north of the map, very far from the city. You guys probably know this region as well. You can see it on the map again. So Paleto Bay in Blaine County, in the north of Blaine County, so very far from the city. And then we have the Elysian Islands. It's actually the docks, the harbor in GTA, so in the south of the city. Also, as you guys can see, 1.4 mil normally and 731k this week only. So if you're watching this video another week, the prices will be the normal price and not with the discount. The one that I own, so the Morningwood one, is actually 1.85 mil, I think, normally. So this week it will be around 900k, but these are the prices. You guys can see them, and you can also see the prices without the discounts. So the Morningwood one is the one that I own, and it's actually a pretty good one. Now guys, when it comes to the best location, there are actually two things that you have to keep in mind. But first, let me just show you guys the locations quick. So the Morningwood one over here, the Elysian Islands over here, as I said, south of the city. Then we have the Alamo Sea one over here, and then the Paleto Bay one over here. So guys, the things that are important are actually the distances that you have to drive and the time that you spend driving with these locations, because the profit on all the cocaine lockups is actually exactly the same. So we actually want to keep the distance as small as possible. So when we look at the distance for the sale missions, we're going to look at the city first, so the two locations in the city, because when you have a cocaine lockup in the city, you actually have to sell over here, so in Blaine County. So when we look at Elysian Islands and when we look at Morningwood, you guys can see that Morningwood is actually a lot closer to the sale region, and it's actually the better location in the city. So for the city, Morningwood is the best location. Now when we do the same for Blaine County, you guys can see that the Alamo Sea one is much closer to the city than the one in Paleto Bay. So when you have one in Blaine County, you must sell in the city. When you have one in the city, you must sell in Blaine County, because if you do it like that, you get a 50% bonus. So now we have two locations left, the Alamo Sea and the Morningwood one. Now between those two, of course, the Morningwood one is a lot more expensive, and the Alamo Sea one is actually the cheapest one. But it's actually up to you guys. Do you like the city more, or do you actually like Sandy Shores more? Depending on that, you can actually pick which business you want, but the Sandy Shores one is actually good, and also the Morningwood one is also great. So when you have one, when you have the Morningwood one, I would actually recommend that you get a MC Clubhouse close to it, so you can actually spawn over there. When you have the Sandy Shores one, you can get this MC Clubhouse, because you actually don't have the ability to spawn in your cocaine lockup. So if you have a spawn location close to it, that will actually help you a lot. You don't necessarily have to get the MC Clubhouse for that. If you have an apartment in the city that's close to the Morningwood one like I do, then it's actually good as well. But if you don't, MC Clubhouses are actually a very cheap spawn location that you can actually get. So guys, the upgrades, now we're in the cocaine lockup, by the way. The upgrades, the equipment upgrade and the staff upgrade are actually very important, so make sure you get them, because they actually increase the speed of your processing of your supplies and also make the value higher. Now the way the cocaine lockup works is the same as with the other MC businesses. You just buy supplies or steal supplies. It's the same thing. You get the supplies to your business, you wait for them to get processed, and after a while you can sell them. So guys, I just started a resupply mission. As you guys can see, it's in Blaine County. Now with the resupply missions, it's not always in Blaine County. If you have one in the city, it's sometimes also in the city. So the resupply missions are kind of random, but most of the time you will have them in Blaine County when you have a lockup in the city actually, but sometimes they're also in the city. But the location is actually way more important for the sale missions, because also the sale missions actually take up a lot more time, because sometimes they take up to half an hour, and you actually want to do it fast because you also have a time limit. So I just took the van, drive it back to the cocaine lockup, and as you guys can see, the missions are pretty easy for the resupplying. They're actually boring as well, so I actually prefer buying these supplies, especially for the cocaine lockup, because the cocaine lockup actually has good profit, and you can actually keep the good profit even if you buy your supplies. So now we're back in the business. As you guys can see, I still have some product left. I'm also gonna launch the sale mission. So as you guys can see, 140k if I just sell it in the city, and 210k, so a 50% bonus if I sell it in Blaine County. So of course I'm going to sell it in Blaine County. So here again, you guys can see the difference, 210k Blaine County, because my location is in the city. If your location is in Blaine County, it will be the other way around. That's why I said in the beginning, for the Alamo C1, it's closer to the city. So I hope you guys get it. If you have questions, of course, ask them in the comments. I will always answer. And just the sale mission, I actually got an easy one, just one van, and as you guys can see, in Blaine County, and you guys can easily see the Morningwood one is actually a lot closer to this location than the Elysian Islands. Also, the Elysian Islands is not that easy to access, so it's definitely not a good location. I don't understand why it's the second most expensive one. Paleto Bay, the same way, it's just way too far from the city, way too far from everything, so it's definitely not a good location. So as I said, the one at Alamo Sea or Sandy Shores and the one in Morningwood that I have are good. Now the one in Morningwood is of course a lot more expensive, so I understand that people actually prefer the Alamo C one. So guys, that was it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, hope it was helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and peace out, you guys.